Hi guys, today I was at the ocean and I was thinking about how my brain was really loud today. Like, just genuinely, I have not had a brain loud day that hard in forever, and I just remember what it's like to be anxious all the time about everything. Let me read you what I wrote down. I wrote down, my brain was really loud today, and not particularly about fears or wants or anything abnormally important. It's 3 p.m. and I still haven't reached peak consciousness. I actually remember writing this. I woke up and I wanted to go right back to sleep. And I went to the beach and it was nice. It was great. The water was fantastic today. But like when you just don't, you're just not fully conscious yet and you're still working on it. Well, that was me at 3 p.m. And it was like, how is it 3 p.m. already? I just got up, etc., etc., etc. It was crazy. I woke up wanting to go to sleep. I've been thinking about everything, reliving experiences, what we ought to do, feminism, friendship, spinning in circles in my head. Um, I did finish my book about feminism today. It's my second Bell Hooks book, actually. Highly recommend. But like, I'm not even talking about the type of thinking where you like come to a conclusion. You know what I mean? Like, I was just thinking about nothing but like everything, and it's just such a weird feeling to think about nothing and everything. Like, it's the whole like, we are one, but we are also like specific. Like, the more specific you get, the more general you get. Is very interesting. Anyway, it's not even necessarily unpleasant. It's just really loud and a lot. I suppose we all go through days like this. You ever realize you pay more for unusual things? And the reason why I said that was because I think about the lifeguards' chairs and how there aren't that many of those produced in the world. And now they must have paid more to get that cut that way, right? The wood and like the shape of the chair. But like in general, you do pay a lot more when you have your own thing to do, like either with like social pressures, if you're gonna do your own thing with like outfits or with words or with um, whatever you do in your life, like you're gonna pay for being unusual, and there just is a cost attached to being unusual. Um, Even when things cost less to make, you still pay more for things that are unusual, and that's economies at scale for you. Um, this true freedom and independence, and then I attached a quote from the book that I am reading. Quote, I am responsible for accepting or choosing the values by which I live. If I live by values I have accepted or adopted passively and unthinkingly, it is easy to imagine that they are just my nature, just who I am, and to avoid recognizing that choice is involved. If I am willing to recognize that choice and decisions are crucial when values are adopted, then I can take a fresh look at my values, question them, and if necessary, revise them. Again, it is taking responsibility that sets me free. I love this quote. I think it sums up the idea of my video, be intentional, which is one of my like mantras in my life. Like, genuinely, one of the most important things in my life is that I am an intentional person, that I know what I want, that I know what tropes I'm going for, that I know all of the things that are around me, like that I have ideas about them, and that I'm pursuing life in a way that puts me forward by my own criteria, that makes me feel like I'm being intentional about my life, right? Um, I think it's really well put, because I'd hate saying that like there's choice in everything, because there's a lot of situations where people just like either don't realize it or choose something else, but like without even realizing that they're making a choice. But I think there's so much of that in our culture, just making choices without even realizing. And it's kind of inevitable because we're all gonna, you know, make choices that we don't even realize. Um, but at the same time, the closer you can get to realizing the choices that you're making, the better it is for you. I think it's just something that is hard to get across, because when you tell people that they're making choices without realizing, like that can make them nervous or offensive or scared or like defensive rather. But it just doesn't feel good to get told that the things that happen to you are because of you, and that's not really the point, but that's definitely what it can feel like. Um, and yeah, I get it. But anyway, that was my day at the beach. Um, I have more ideas. So more coming soon. But see you soon. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.